Hello, Gabriel.
Hello, Martina.
I'm in a gremlin decontamination club or workshop for some weeks. And I've got the feedbacks. I got the feedback there is a lot of gremlin in the area of my mouth. And I somehow knew that, but I was not conscious about that. And in the last days, many habits that I have in this area that I use, or that my gremlin uses, come up to me and get conscious to me. And I think about a lot about what people do with their body, what habits they have, and what I can find there. And there's a lot to find. There's so much to find. It's incredible. And so it came that I want to talk to you about habits and what are your habits? What do you see in me using habits? If you would like to have feedback what I see you using habits. Are you interested in that topic?
With habits, you mean like gremlin contaminated behaviors? So like where I'm unconsciously having my gremlin doing something with my body.
But yeah, and that's also a question for me, because I'm not sure if that always is a gremlin thing. If I have a habit, what is a habit? What is it what is it for you to have a habit? And what habits do you have? What do you think?
Somehow, like a habit can also be, and this may be what I'm focusing on, something I decide who I am or what I do. So like this is how it's a way of a box thing usually. I would say, like if people, I don't know, every Tuesday I water the plants is a habit somehow. It's like a repeating thing of, I don't check the plants if they need water, but every Tuesday I water the plants. I would say it's already a habit. Or if people do sports, for example, it's a habit because they somehow repeatedly do the same thing.
So would you make a difference between conscious habits? Because this is like a decision. For example, I decided to water my plants every Tuesday, and I do that consciously. I've decided that, and a difference between conscious habits and unconscious habits, things that you are not aware about.
Yeah, I would say there's a big difference. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like, and I think that somehow like unconscious habits usually come from our underworld. At least that's the perception that I have. That unconscious habits that I'm not aware about is not conscious. It's not coming from something that I decided to do, but it's like somehow my survival strategy. And so it's like part of my gremlin behaviors. And it can also be that conscious habits can become a gremlin behavior. Can
you make an example for both? About your world?
What my gremlin, in terms of just what my gremlin likes to do unconsciously. So my gremlin likes to say fuck you, and when I say fuck you, it usually has a very like very aggressive and a lot of energy against the other person to somehow kick the other person away from me. And I got the feedback 2 times in 2 days that I said fuck you, and I didn't notice. And today I noticed when I said it, and I was like, oh wow, like all right, I really say it, and I don't notice when I say it. Mm-hmm. That's some sort of unconscious behavior that I say. Mm-hmm. I think for people to stay away from me.
Okay, I've watched a habit that you do, and many people do that, and I also do that, and I wonder why we all do that. That is, if we think about something, So if we think about that, we look up. We look up, and why is that? Why do you do that? What is there? There is nothing. There is the fucking ceiling, but there is not the answer for what I want to say. Why not look down? Why do people look up when they think about something?
Is there also nothing if you look down?
You mean they are searching for a place where there is nothing, for emptiness, to find something in the emptiness?
That's my story.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look down, I just tried it. When I look down here, there is not nothing. There's somehow tension. And when I look up somewhere, there's just nothing. There's empty space and air, and I can just look through it. And maybe then I can somehow have I'm more connected to the nothing, so I can speak more I can observe more what is, instead of like being in connection. It's like being in connection, and you somehow observe yourself, or I observe myself easier when I look into nothing and don't have this also going on.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
That's just my story.
Yeah, I know, and it's I've watched another habit that you use. May I say that?
Yeah.
Sometimes when I ask you something, you have a special way to blow your nose, to blow the air through the nose. You make something like, when I ask you something, and then before you answer, you make something like that. You blow the air through the nose. And what is that? Did you know that?
I didn't notice yet, no. And I can just assume that it's blocked something. And like, my story is I can tell you what it is the next time I do it. And I guess it's somehow also like, take a deep breath and like blow somehow like get more space. And that's also, I haven't researched it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a guess. Like, when it happens next time and you say like, oh no, now you did it, then
Okay.
I can check.
Okay. Yeah, then you could check what the sensation behind that is. Perhaps it's
Yeah.
also blowing something out. But I've seen that in many EHPs, that the coach said, don't blow that emotion, don't blow that out. And perhaps it's also like to blow something out, a fuck you or so, maybe. Yeah, you could check that. I will tell you when I see that.
Cool.
Yeah. I found that I have a habit about, Susanne told me that when I'm talking to, when I've talked, that the one thing is that my body posture is very like that. It's not very upright. That has to do with myself showing up with my female body, showing that I'm a male, a woman. And the other thing is, when I've spoken, I pull back my chin. I pull back my chin, and that's also like a withdrawal, like a hiding thing. And it's such a big thing. It's not only this little 2 centimeters. It's a big survival strategy behind that. And I'm trying to take that out, and it's really not so easy.
Yeah, I think people who don't do this work underestimate how much of a difference it makes. Like, I already got the feedback from people. It's like, oh, you always focus on so little things.
Mm-hmm.
But like, as you say too, like if you have my chin like that or like that, it's so much different from the energy that I radiate and who I am. It doesn't appear like that, but it is. I really agree.
Yes, and I think also that people recognize that, even if they don't know why, but they see that something's changed in the energetic field, maybe even people who are not used to think like that.
When I breathe out through my nose, it's also I did it, and it's like getting the stuff that is there out, and also to somehow ground myself and to become empty in a way, and to connect to this emptiness and to see like, okay, so what's really here, and to somehow it's some sort of focus, I think.
Is it? Yeah. Is it like going into a vacuum? This breathing out that pulls you into that nothingness from the energy, from the energetic thing?
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
Mm.
In a way. Yeah, it's not the topic I'm working on at the moment. Like, this is like, I'm gonna write it down and use it up for later, for the next pattern that I have.
Okay. Our time is over.
All right.
All right. Have a good week.
You too.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you, Martina. See you next week.
See you next week.